One thing you have to keep in mind is you can't just say international students, because an international student comes from 114 different countries, and each one of those countries is distinct in its own right, and their needs, their backgrounds, their religion, their culture, their food, their visa status, everything about them coming to Ohio is distinctive. So I think that's probably the principal difference. When a domestic student comes, they come with some of the same principles. Not always, though. So I think that's the biggest number one difference, is that we can't really call international students a community on their own. They are in themselves distinct. Parallel to that, though, is I think for even many domestic students, when you go to university, there's a bit of a culture shock. It's a big transition between high school and university. So you just have to add another layer, another country. You add another layer in terms of what your accommodation is like. You add another layer in terms of what the learning methods are like. You add another layer of what your language is, and it being possibly a second or a third language for you. So you just think of all the different layers. You add their minority interests, their diversity interests might be distinct as well. And so you have to think that with an international community, there are many distinctive elements that we have to take into consideration and not treat them as one distinct community.